Good evening, this is Kuro. Got a tier 8 game in my Oland. Going over the matchmaking. The ships that interest me are the enemy Graf Zeppelin, and of course the radar Cleveland Double Chapayev, and the two enemy DDs Cossack and Oland. We spawn up in the north, and gonna kick this one off. Just let the team know what I'm doing, kind of the usual thing I do each game. Just give the team some quick direction. Gonna head up to CCAP and go from there.
I need help.
Get my reticle set up. Get the ship set up for, any sort of fighting. I know right now there's a high probability this CV is going to take a turn and come up my way. You're going to see me start to maneuver to let the Amalfi and Bismarck get a little closer to me. I'm slowing down right now because the time that you dodge CVs isn't when they're 6 kilometers away from you. It's when they're, half the map away from you. That's really when you should be taking action that's going to make meaningful difference in how that CV is going to engage you. If I kept going full speed right now, I'd be detected. I would be on the edge of Allied AA, and this CV would have a very easy time of picking me off. So I'm not interested in being easy damage. I am, waiting until this CV is committed to an attack, and gonna pop my AA, my defensive fire, and I'm gonna do what I can do to basically shoot down as many planes as possible to help my team. Now, taking a look at the mini-map, I have what looks to be a lot more support than the enemy DD, so I'm gonna play aggressive. I'm gonna push in here and try to dig this guy out. I don't know exactly what's in front of me yet, but we're fixing to find out. Calling target on the Amalfi. I do not want to have semi-armor piercing flying into my ship if I can avoid it. Throwing some random torpedoes out that way. Maybe it hits one of those ships down there. So we've got the Cossack up here. I am plane spotted here, unfortunately, but just gonna keep shooting in the smoke, get a couple hits on this Cossack, and I'm able to disengage when the planes are recalled. Now I've got a Chapayev in behind me, and I'm just waiting for this guy to pop radar because this Cossack is still right in front of me in this smoke, and he's all alone right now. So this is what I'm waiting on. This is why when you have support, you play aggressive and get after these DDs. I'm making sure that this guy cannot disengage. This smoke runs out, he's gonna have to basically fight me or die. And he takes a big hit there, and I am able to put him down in short order for first blood, and that's one off the board.
Get back.
Now I'm taking a look at this Roma here. Gonna be lining up some torpedoes. It looks like he's bow tanking my Massachusetts and Bismarck. So these torpedoes are gonna kind of catch him from an odd angle. Throw him out there, just keep capping C, and I want to keep pushing towards B cap. We're off to a pretty good start and really want to try to capitalize on it. But I'm kind of worried because my Amalfi and my Bismarck are starting to get a little exposed, and I worry that that's gonna lead to bad things. Now I'm looking at this Roma and I'm seeing this guy turn, and he's detecting those torpedoes from quite a long ways away. It's making me think that this guy is running some sort of, you know, anti-torpedo build, because these torps are pretty hard to dodge, and that was a pretty significant dodge right there. So I'm thinking he might have vigilance and all these, you know, other mods that they put into the game to help ships dodge torpedoes. Unfortunately, I do get caught in a radar here, so those torps on the Roma are likely trash. Now I just missed, I just got undetected just before I looked away. This Lenin shot at me, and I missed that, and he gets a good chunk on me right there. So, unfortunately I missed that. I was too busy looking back to see what the Roma was doing. So, that's a lesson right there in, you know, understanding that there's some ships that their build makes them more resistant to your ship than other builds. I see a lot of ships, a lot of DD players, they get kind of tripped up by, you know, somebody keeps dodging their torpedoes and they just launch, you know, volley after volley after volley on those guys. They're not taking into account, you know, sometimes people have builds that are, this is a mistake turning in here. I was grabbing #1 out of the silverware drawer in the kitchen right now, and turned in just in time for this Lenin to turn into me as well. Daddy things. But he's not looking at me, and still gonna get 2 torpedoes on him, so far so good. Just gonna start kiting back and gunboating a bit.
Engine boost activated.
But don't sit there and just get super invested in one torpedo target, because you might be torping, you know, a ship that has its build has made himself pretty much immune to torpedoes, and all you're doing is wasting your DPM by throwing those torpedoes out there. So try to mix it up a little. Don't you know, overcommit to one target. I missed it, my engine was out while I'm dealing with #1, and I take a big hit from the Chapayev right here from across the map because my engine isn't doing what it's supposed to. But now that I got that fixed and I'm up and moving again, I just want to stay in this little cove so these ships can't shoot me, and I'm able to get, you know, a nice one-on-one with this Lenin, and that's what I'm looking for, that next unrepairable fire. We'll let that fire tick. Now, I'm going to come up here, you're going to see I'm going to stop. I'm waiting for this Lenin to go around the island so I get undetected. I'm going to step on the cap. I'm thinking that this is going to be a stomp by the enemy team, because we're already down 3 ships, and I see us being down more ships here shortly. I did screw up and have AA turned on, but got that shut off. I really would like to shoot that Amalfi, but that's a little sketchy. Yeah, I'm actually targeting the Bismarck with torpedoes and not the Roma. Again, Roma's already kind of pinged my radar that something's going on with that guy's build, that it's going to be difficult to torp that ship, so I'm prioritizing other ships right now. Just trying to get this point captured. There we go. Now I'm just going to jump in here and help try to put down this Lenin. This guy just keeps hanging into the fight, and he just needs to go. Go home, buddy. We don't want you here. Finally get him put down. Go back to work on this Bismarck to see if I'm looking to see if I can get unrepairable fires on this guy. I gotta be careful because in front of me, the enemy team's forming up. I'm starting to take shots from down over there. I do pick up the fire. I'm just gonna kite back. There's no sense in me trading a bunch of HP on a ship that's going to burn down.
Get back. Requesting assistance. Torpedoes to port.
Now, we're starting to close the gap here a little bit. I'm concerned my Massachusetts is going to take a bunch of damage here, so I'm actually going to expose myself to this CV, and I am just trying to help shoot these planes down as quickly as possible, and I guess that CV ran into a flat cloud or something because, oh boy, he just disappeared. So, trying to circle back around, get into a position where I can start trying to, you know, have an impact on these ships down here. And what I'm looking at, it's, you know, either this Roma or this Bismarck are going to be pushing BCAP here shortly. And I'm thinking this Roma is going to go through this gap here. So, I'm looking for it. And I'm going to throw some torps right in here. I think this Roma's... It's hard to tell how fast he's going behind that island. I can't really see what he's doing. It looked like he was going slower to me. Newsflash, those torpedoes miss. He either accelerated dramatically or I just missed how fast he was going entirely with the way the indicator was moving. But I am going to circle back around because the torpedoes are just about reloaded. I'm going to take a look at this Bismarck here. And again, the Bismarck could have hydro up. It's one of those things you just gotta roll with it. But I've thrown enough torpedoes at that Roma, not gonna waste the time. It's really it's really something that, you know, you just got to deal with sometimes. And this is a pretty good case of that situation where it's just not working out. And I can tell right now the Bismarck has hydro up the way he turned out and dodged those torpedoes. And at this point the enemy team's just in their final mop-up push. And I'm looking for more damage, so I'm just kiting backwards. Want to see if I can line up some torps on this Bismarck. Since his hydro's up now, it should be down here very shortly, and that'll give me a better torpedo, better chances to land torpedoes.
Engine boost deactivated.
Unfortunately, the replay is not going to show you where I'm actually aiming to launch my torpedoes.
The enemy is about to win.
But I see the Bismarck start to look at the torpedoes, so I just open up on this guy. I still have some repairs. I'm looking to try to get as much damage as I can. I know this is going to be a loss. There's a flood, there's a fire. I'm anticipating this Bismarck's going to repair.
Fire.
Just trying to get that, you know, another fire, anything that I can get.
Problem solved, sir.
But just gonna disengage here. I've got torpedoes that are gonna come up here shortly, and I'm gonna take a look, see if I can land something with torpedoes rather than, you know, fires. Looks like my Cleveland did get some fires on the Bismarck. Figured this Bismarck's gonna try to turn in, predicting torpedoes. Now I do lose it here. I see the Graf Zeppelin coming in to drop me, and I thought I actually had shot down the planes, and I missed actually that he did get a torpedo off here. And while I'm dodging that fire, I run into a torp, and whoops, that's my game. So this game's gonna end here shortly on points. This was just a fun game with Oland. It's a solid boat. I like the concealment. The torps at 12 kilometers, they're nice. They've got good firepower. You know, I think it's in a pretty good place. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a good night. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Hope you're having a good night, and I will talk to you later.